I was the designated daughter, the one who'd never married, never moved away, never built a life outside of taking care of everyone else. While my siblings pursued careers and families, I became Mom's full-time caregiver, managing her medications, her appointments, her daily needs. It started gradually after Dad's death, but it consumed my entire existence. My brothers would visit on holidays, bringing their wives and children, accepting praise for their successful lives, while I served dinner and cleaned up afterward. They'd pat my shoulder and say things like, "We're so grateful you're here for Mom," before driving back to their real lives. I was 43 years old and had never lived anywhere but my childhood bedroom. The breaking point came during my mother's surgery. I'd taken leave from work, spent weeks coordinating specialists, managing her recovery. My brothers showed up for the surgery day, then disappeared once she was stable. During her recovery, she was difficult, demanding, treating me more like hired help than her daughter. One evening, she criticized the dinner I'd prepared, comparing it unfavorably to what my sister-in-law had brought during her brief visit. She told me I was getting sloppy with her care, that I needed to be more attentive to her needs. Something inside me snapped. I realized I'd been so focused on being the good daughter that I'd forgotten to be a person. I'd sacrificed my career, my relationships, my dreams, to fulfill a role that was never fairly distributed among us siblings. I was burning out, and no one seemed to notice or care. The next week, I told my brothers we needed to redistribute caregiving responsibilities. They were shocked, then dismissive. "You're already there," one said. "You're so good at it," said another. They couldn't understand why I'd want to change an arrangement that worked perfectly for everyone except me. I hired a professional caregiver and moved into my own apartment. My mother was furious, my brothers were inconvenienced, and I was finally free. At 44, I went back to school, started dating, built the life I'd postponed for decades. I still visited Mom, but as a daughter, not a servant. The guilt was overwhelming at first, but the relief was stronger.